Uh, hey guys, what's up? The King of K-pop here. Wow. Just when 2014, seemed like to be a pretty good year for a lot of K-pop groups and idols. This year, a lot of K-pop idols have been coming out and revealing, they're getting into relationships and they're dating and the whole nine yards. It's been unicorns and rainbows, so to speak. Um, and it's like you just cannot have 1 year of in the K-pop world go by without there being some sort of scandal or just bad things happening. And we've got we're getting the first barrage of bad news in the K-pop world of 2014 so far. Starting off with Kris. Kris of EXO is leaving. This is big news, considering that it really just came out of nowhere. As to the reasons as to why Kris or his motives or intentions for leaving SM Entertainment, that is yet to be unknown. We'll probably get more information about that as the days come and weeks come ahead. But if you try to figure it out now, you'll only end up with more question marks to the equation rather than answers. So right now it's unknown as to why he wants to leave SM and EXO in particular. It all started off with the Chinese media outlets. Reported the Chinese media outlet had stated that Kris was filing a lawsuit for his contract to be nullified from SM Entertainment. I kind of took this with a grain of salt because it was the Chinese media, and the last time the Chinese media did their reports on K-pop idols and things that went on in the K-pop world, a lot of it was falsified information. And yes, I know Kris is Chinese, but he's in that K-pop world. He's a K-pop artist, even though he's Chinese. He's a K-pop artist, and so the last time they did something that pertained to K-pop artists, it was all falsified information. Like the time they thought that they made up rumors of saying Psy was having an affair with his wife with Yuna from Girls' Generation, or the time that they thought that they got pictures of Jessica and Taeyeon, I think maybe some other member of Sunishide, coming out of the bar in the back alley being drunk. So, when I heard that the Chinese media was the first shot fires at this report, I'm like, I don't buy this with a grain of salt. I take this with a grain of salt. But unfortunately, more stuff came out, and I did some research myself, and turned out to be true. One of the bad things I think about this, I think there's two sides to every story. I think Kris is wrong to a degree, and I also think the other people on the other side, meaning his EXO members, are also kind of wrong to a degree. I'll start with the other side with the rest of the EXO members. It was reported today, I think it was today or yesterday, when EXO they won in Countdown. They won an award, and Suho publicly spoke up and pretty much indirectly just threw Kris under the bus, saying that, making a speech to the fans saying, we're EXO, our motto is we are one, and that, as EXO, we should put, because of our motto, EXO are one, we will always put the group EXO and fans first, and not our own personal feelings. So basically, what Suho was saying in a nutshell was that, in that message when they won the award, he was basically saying we're gonna put our group EXO and our fans come first. First and foremost, they're our priority. Our own personal needs and desires, that takes a back seat. So that was pretty much what he was saying. And he also said, hey, today just happened to be Teacher's Day, and I would like to thank Lee Soo-man for everything he's done for us. So kind of brown-nosing just a little bit. And also that same day as well, EXO were interviewed, I think, by a reporter. And the reporter was trying to get some information as to what they know about it. And obviously, they were clueless. They didn't know anything about Kris, making this decision. And again, Suho stepped up and thought that Kris was a coward, and thought that Kris should drop the lawsuit, and thinks Kris has betrayed the group and thinks that Kris should apologize to Lee Soo-man and SM Entertainment. Again, kind of brown nosing a little bit there. I think Suho was, in my opinion. You get on to Tao. Tao left this long message, pretty thoughtful and telling message, I thought, on Weibo, one of the Chinese social media, which a lot of people suspected and thought it wasn't Tao, but Tao ended up confirming that it was him that left that message, so he wasn't afraid at all to speak his mind. We're starting to see a trend here in K-pop where a lot of artists are kind of speaking their minds, and they're not afraid to hold back what they feel. And I like that, because there's some truth to that, because everything in the K-pop world is always kind of like fantasy and how you really feel and everything else and what you think. You know, you should keep it behind closed doors and just keep it all in, you know, keep it on a hush-hush where, you know, nobody's perfect. These companies aren't perfect. There's a lot of shit that goes on behind closed doors. So I'm glad that, you know, some of these idols nowadays, they're stepping up to the plate and they're being honest. They're giving their feelings, whether it's negative or bad. It's still good. But nonetheless, so what Tao was saying, pretty much in summary, was that he thought that he felt betrayed by Kris. He thinks that, you know, it's unnecessary because the group has no distrust or animosity towards SM. There's no animosity between the group and the company. So he doesn't see the purpose of Kris, you know, doing this and wanting to leave. And he did say that, you know, it brings a little stress, you know, because, you know, they're in the middle of their promotions and they're about to prepare for their concert. Now they have to rearrange a few things for, you know, 11 people instead of 12. And, you know, with that last statement that Tao made, I do kind of agree with, because at the end of the day, I mean, okay, if Kris doesn't want to be an idol anymore, okay, that's fine. But why would you do it at a time like this? And this is where I kind of blame Kris a little bit. You know, EXO they just came back with their comeback, a comeback that is no more than a week old, so they're still fresh into the scene and making their comeback. They also have you know, preparing for their first concert, and already Kris just drops this bomb out of the blue. The members didn't know anything about it. Obviously, SM didn't know anything about it. He just, like, you know, holding the cards very close to his chest and just boom, I'm leaving. And it's like, wait, what? So I kind of get some of this. I can understand some of the members, their animosity, because it's like, okay, well, there's no heads up or anything. You know, I do think, you know, if anything, if Kris wanted to leave, that's fine. But I think he chose a bad time to do it. You know, right when you know, you have a fresh return, a fresh comeback of the group, and they're doing well, and you have this happening. This is going to kind of, it's going to hurt their promotions a bit. It is. Now, in terms of preparing for their concert, I don't think it's going to be too much of a strenuous, significant difference. You know, as they're preparing for their concert, you preparing for 12 people, but now 11. I don't think it's going to be that much of a big difference in, you know, try to rearrange and plan some things as what Tao is putting it out to be. I don't think it's going to be that much. I mean, come on. You're losing just one less person. Wow, this is going to change, like, plans for the concert big time. You may have to arrange a few things, but I don't think it'll be that bad. Now, if, like, say, 5 or 6 members dropped of EXO at the same time, then yeah, that'll be a big problem. However, I just think the timing like this, I think he could have chosen a much better timing. I think it could have been much better off. And, you know, a lot of people kind of say, you know, this is SM's fault. You know, SM should not have, are really forcing Tao and Suho to say these things. Maybe not. Maybe they actually feel this way about Kris and the whole situation. I don't think, I mean, yeah, SM does some things kind of dirty a little bit. But, you know, and I don't think this is one of those cases where they're pulling the strings to their puppets. I think Suho and Tao are being, I think this is totally them. This is how they feel. And I think it's fine. You know, whether it's right in what they say and how they say it may be wrong. I think it's fine. We need more freedom of speech in the K-pop media, because for so long, you know, the K-pop media and these companies, they put out a window that everything is perfect and, you know, it's all unicorns and rainbows, and it's not. You know, like I said, you know, there's some dark stuff, you know, in these people's closets, in these companies' closets. However, it does speak to SM in volumes, because it does say something about SM that you have the big three companies, and it's something with SM where these artists leave, they file a lawsuit. I mean, you look at what happened with Dongbong Shige, you look at what happened with Super Junior, which, by the way, Kris has the same lawyer as Hingang, or forgot his name, Hangang from Super Junior got when he left 5 years ago. So that's also very interesting and telling, considering that both of them are Chinese and they went to the same law firm as the guy from Suju did when he left. But yeah, Suju. So it's just, there's just a lot of stuff that's just, excuse me, not going right with SM Entertainment. I mean, they're juggernauts, but something tells you it's just, there's some stuff in there that's not going right. You can say they push their artists hard and this and that. So does YG and JYP. But it's something in that company where, people are leaving and they're suing left and right. It's ridiculous. I've seen more lawsuits filed against SM Entertainment and more scandals, financial scandals at least, going up with SM Entertainment than I have any other company. I mean, it's ridiculous. The whole Block B stuff with their company that doesn't even hold a candle to the history of, stuff that's happened with SM. It's ridiculous. So all in all, I just kind of want to give my little two cents in this whole situation. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of reiterating what's already been said a little bit, really. But yeah, I think this is it's unfortunate. I like EXO. If I remember correctly, isn't Kris one of the leaders? I think of EXO-M or K. I think he was the leader of EXO-M. But still, I think it's unfortunate. I think I think it's weird that he does it out of the blue. Nobody knew it. If he didn't want the life of a celebrity, why choose it now to do it when the group are at the peak of their success and a fresh new comeback? If anything, he should have dropped, or he should have dropped the ball when EXO did their Mama promotions, or during Wolf. Why now? I don't know. But you guys give me your thoughts in the box below. I did hear that Kris had wanted to be an actor. Originally, he really didn't want to be an idol. So that might have some. That might hold some merit as to why maybe he's leaving SM Entertainment. But at the end of the day, Kris he's a young man. He's like, what, 20 years old. He's a young adult. He knows what he wants to do. And it's his life. So you guys let me know what you think about this whole thing and Kris in the box below. Leave a comment, like this video, and do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Peace.